Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My good viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Now we are at part 11 for research, how to write PhD research proposal. The remaining parts here and some questions to be discussed by our students, those who are asking questions on different forums of social media. Please do not forget to subscribe my channel. And also you will be eligible to get material. If you need any material, we will provide you models and material, okay? Any support and help. Also a live session with me on Facebook you will have, on YouTube you have a live session with me. Those who subscribe, they will have a chance to have a live channel, a live discussion with me, and they can ask questions we will have. Inshallah, also I will announce very soon on my Facebook account the time and the day when you will have that is on the weekend, because I'm very busy in my university jobs. I only have time on the weekend, so 1 hour will be given to everybody to discuss with me. That will be a live session on Facebook. So I'm asking one thing, that is continuity of research, how to write a research for PhD research proposal from part 10 to part 11. So there is a student in the University of Peshawar. She has asked Munazza Ali. She said, what part of the research proposal that provides the background of the study? I need your guidance. I think if I bring you to the introduction, that is the part of a paper that provides readers with the background information for the research reported in the paper. That is actually background, okay? Literature review is also because it's a background. Literature review shows that how much you are good at background, how much knowledge you have. But introduction is actually you are presenting background of the whole your research project. Then she asked clearly, can I write full 5 chapters in a research proposal? I think research proposal doesn't have 5 chapters because you cannot write 5 chapters. There is a logic behind it. Maximum you can write 3 chapters, because the 4th chapter, when you collect data, then only you can write results, and you can analyze the data, you can go for results, and you can also make discussion, and you can come to the conclusion, chapter 5 and recommendations. Without that, it's not possible. At the stage of research proposal, it is not possible to define data or to discuss things or to make the results or to go for recommendation. No, it's not possible. So this is, you're a PhD student, you understand how you can do it. I think generally when I've already told you in previous parts, a PhD research proposal, most of the universities they need, it should contain at the most 3 chapters. Every chapter of the research proposal should begin with a brief introduction to guide the reader into the main contents of the chapter. Similarly, every chapter should end with the brief summary capturing the main point that have been discussed in that chapter. So that's all for a research proposal, okay? There is another student, University of Hyderabad. He said, I'm just having a transfer from Jamshedpur to Hyderabad, and I'm at the section of research methodology. So can you please guide me about the research methodology in research? I think research methodology is the specific procedure or techniques used to identify, select and process and realize information about a topic. In a research paper, the methodology section allows the reader to critically evaluate a study's overall validity and reliability, okay? So I will ask you to go for Creswell's research methodology book, research design book. Plano has a lot of books, okay? You can also go Frankel, very good book. I don't know your topic of PhD, but Frankel has a general education, social sciences. But one of the best book he wrote. Now there's a new version of that book is also in the market now. And if you live in city like Lahore or Karachi or Urdu Bazaar, you can get printed books in Pakistani press very cheap. Otherwise, the original books are very expensive. So, as a student from Ghazi University, she says, I'm Humaira Arshid. I'm a student of master in Ghazi University. Uh, why don't you come to our university? There is a serious shortage of PhD doctors. We only have one. He's also living abroad, and I want to know how many chapters should a research proposal have. I think also most of the students asking the same question. I already explained this. It should contain most chapters. Every chapter of the research proposal should begin with a brief introduction to guide readers into the main contents of that chapter. You understand? Similarly, every chapter should end with a brief summary capturing the main points that have been discussed in that chapter. Chapter 1 has objectives and questions, problem statement, okay, literature review, introduction, okay, and conclusion. Then chapter 2, that has a broad literature review. You discuss, you show your background is very strong. It has theoretical framework. It has conceptual framework. Uh, a separate video I will make on theoretical framework and conceptual framework so that students should understand. I have already explained when I was explaining how to write, how to prepare for a Viva, PhD Viva for chapter 2. So I explained it, but some students they ask, no, you have to go in detail. We don't know much about it. Okay, I will have a separate video on it, but I'm going to start my MS and Master in English and graduate videos right from next week because there are a lot of students asking for these things. So next student is from American University of Kuwait. What are the 4 types of research methodologies? Her name is Noura Ahmadi. Okay, I think your question, research methods, the 4 famous research methods are data may be grouped into 4 main types based on methods of collection. Uh, uh, they are observational method, experimental method, simulation method, and derived methods. Okay, most important is observational. When you have case studies, you have observation in the quasi experimental research. Experimental research is also very popular. Okay, but whereas simulation and derived methods, they are also used in action research and some other type of research. Usually, I come to the conclusion again and I brief again because this is the last video for research, how to write a PhD research proposal. Okay, if you have any questions, you need a format for a PhD research proposal. If you have subscribed my channel and if you have you ask me on the YouTube comments, or you can approach me via Facebook. So only those who have subscribed, I will send them a research proposal format generally acceptable to all universities. And also, I do not have this option, but I have some friends who can write the research proposal. If you can contact them, I will give you the address if you need it. But I myself, I'm not doing it. I'm not free because I have a job in a foreign university. I'm very busy. I'm not free. So generally, I'm going again to funneling up the whole situation of a research proposal. For example, develop a research proposal. How? The sections I'm going to tell you again and again. I already told in previous parts. These sections provide guidance on developing a research proposal as a part of postgraduate students, MS students, MPhil students, doctoral studies, or when applying for a research grant. Okay, that's all students can use this. Once again, please, I'm going to sum up. You have to understand it. To brief, please note that guidance below where I have discussed above, you have part 7, 8, 9, and 10. So below, if you check on the YouTube videos, part 11, that is again the whole research proposal I'm discussing again. Okay, first, what is the research proposal? As I have already explained in the previous parts, a research proposal provides a detailed plan of a research project before you undertake the research. A proposal is usually submitted before you undertake research for a final dissertation during postgraduate study and before during doctoral studies. A proposal may also be submitted as a part of an application for a funding grant also, or some universities have when you have finished your coursework, then they ask you to start writing a research proposal. What to include in research proposal? That's very important question. I gave you contents of research proposal previously. Again, I'm repeating it. A research proposal is usually, but not always, because different universities have different format. It's not confirmed for your university. Okay, include the key element, for example, an outline of the background and context of the research topic or research issue, reasons why the specific topic issue is important, or is it rational or not, because if you should have a rational topic, an outline of the attended research methodologies, including consideration of ethical issues. You know, the ethical issues I already discussed when I was communicating for how to write a PhD research proposal, that you should get a permission from the department or university or from a hospital, from where you want to collect data. If you are doing a medical research, you go to hospital, you ask them, give me a letterhead, a letter on the letterhead with your signature and seal and stamp for permission that I'm allowed to get to collect data from here. That's ethical, you know, because if you collect the data without the knowledge of, the responsible people or the population, so that will be unethical. So this is not acceptable. You try to understand. When you are doing a PhD, even your supervisor will ask to have letterhead and get permission letters. I had it from King Faisal University when I was collecting data from there. Officially, I got it. A discussion of ethical issues, as I've already told you, you must be careful about it when you are teaching or you are reading a research methodology book. As I told you, Frankel's very famous book on education and social sciences. Creswell has a research design and research methodology book that is on medical science, applied linguistics also, humanities also. Plano has written a lot of books. So you can go, okay, you can go. It is the same value of these books as when I was teaching in a university in Sultanate of Oman. For listening and speaking portions, I recommended my students a book of accent written by Peter Roche. Very valuable book. So it's the same value. These research books, I told you, research methodology books, they have. So how the findings will be disseminated, that's very important. You must understand. You see, read many research proposals and see how people are going to finish the findings, and then you prepare your research proposal. And at the last, timeline, okay, time scale for the research, because this is necessary. You must show that you're going to finish within 5 years, 10 semesters. Maybe the universities have 12 maximum semesters, because 6th year also you give you, because when you reach your PhD research proposal, to finish it, you need one extra semester, because your degree needs to be approved by the Senate of the university. After that, you need to go for attestation from Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and some other places. So that's why to wind up a university, you need 1 or 2 months to sell your things you have kept them for 5 years in a university, and to go back to your country. And that's one of the reasons. Or sometimes during PhD, you also get a job. People in Canada, USA, Germany, and Europe, they often get a job. Similar in Canada now has a program. If you have a PhD, you are in the last year, you can get a 3 years, 3 years work visa. And usually when you have work offer, you get nationality there. Very easily you get nationality. So how you get started? That's the question. Start by choosing a topic or issue related to your course, a broader topic, a good issue, okay? Will need to be narrowed down to more specific focus that can be explored or investigated. Recommendations for further research at the end of published paper can be useful source of ideas. That's very important. You must understand these types of things can help you, okay, to help narrow down a topic, issue your research project for your research project, okay, or research plan. Start by rereading some of the research papers. I've already explained 5 minutes ago, which you read as a part of course. Conduct a preliminary review of the literature related to the topic or related to the issue. This can include literature related to theoretical concepts as well as practical research, and aim to identify what is currently known and whether there are any gaps in existing knowledge. Read other research papers, find the gap, how they found the gap, what are they saying about gaps, and how they did it. That's why you can use litmus test, study 5,000 theses and see how they have done it. And you can also see that on your topic, there is no other word before you. It's a new and novel topic. This will enable you to determine how your own research will contribute to and build on what is already known. That's very important. Identify how research on the topic or how research on the issue has previously been conducted in terms of, for example, approach, okay, for example, methods, analysis of data. It will also be useful to refer to literature on research methods. Check the recommendation reading this for your dissertation module, Center for Doctoral Education Guidance of any university. There are many informative centers. You can go and the people they can guide you. Okay, on different forums on the desk they have, and you go search in your university. They have different names. I told you one name. For example, in my university, that was Institute of Postgraduate Studies. That was providing information to everybody. Okay, so for master level research, basically I'm doing it. I'm guiding now research how to write a research proposal for a PhD student, not for master. But this question I received from India. He's a student. His name is. He's Narinder Singh from Indian Punjab, okay, Chandigarh. He says, I'm answering your question, you will understand. For master level research, the contribution to existing knowledge does not necessarily need to be something completely new that has never been explored before. Okay, you try to understand. Because you are asking how much knowledge I need to write. You should not be bothered about this. Everybody comes and start, he's a new, and then he start learning. I was new, okay? My mother language is Urdu. I'm not an Englishman. But you see how I'm speaking, because with the passage of time, with education, many years teaching, I have 30 years teaching experience, so I have learned a lot. So it is more than Urdu for me. So your research could make a contribution to existing knowledge by, for example, adopting a less commonly used research approach, okay, research method, or focusing on a particular context, such as school or country, where a limited amount of research has been conducted. This you have to search by yourself, but don't bother. If you have any problem, please subscribe the channel and ask me. I will send you a research proposal template. See your university research proposal template, and also I will guide you. You can have a live session with me on the Facebook, no problem. So another one is for doctoral students. This question I'm answering. For doctoral level research, there will usually be need to demonstrate more originality. Okay, because this is from University of Lahore, Mr. Arshad Khan. Mr. Arshad, you know, plagiarism is copy and paste. It's crime in research. Originality is necessary. Okay, you say that if you have a thesis of other and you can change and you use, no, not at all. Because now there is a software which is American software called Turnitin. It gets a million websites within 1 second, and it makes the report that this one has cheated which website, which he has taken. Okay, so that's why you should try to do by yourself. Demonstrate more originality in your work. Okay, your plagiarism should be less than 20%. when I did it, my plagiarism was 18%, 25% was allowed by University Malaysia Pahang, but I had 18%. I had wished I could have 14% or 13%, but really it's not possible. Anyhow, you should learn how to tackle Turnitin, how to write. I think you should learn how to paraphrase, how to use synonyms, how to change the whole language. These are three ways to when you read somebody's research, you can state your idea in this way. So you must be able to do it. Specific guidance on how to structure the research proposal for a dissertation on doctoral research will usually be given by individual departments. This guidance which I am going to give you, I told you that you are not allowed to go for plagiarism. It's a crime. But your department also had already told you, I think. Okay. General guidance is now this question is finished, Arshad, and now I'm going for another question. Ms. Habiba Siddiqui, she is asking for general guidance for how to write a proposal. She said she is given admission in University of Waterloo, Canada. So she's going to write a proposal. I think you are given admission now, that's why you have not completed the whole coursework. So generally, you see the format of the university will be very short, not more than 500 words, the first research proposal as an idea they get. Okay, title, you have general guidance, working title of the research, an initial idea of the title should be given. Okay, this is likely to be revised as the research progresses, and your supervisor can guide you, can therefore be a tentative suggestion at the proposal stage. When you go to the real proposal, okay, it can be changed. I give you my example. My PhD supervisor, first PhD supervisor, I was working, I completed first research proposal, I defended. But at the end of second year, she had a health issue, she was retired, she was in the hospital, and I had to ask for another supervisor. When another supervisor came, she asked me to write a proposal on a new topic. So actually, I lost first 2 years, and I restarted, because new proposal means a new topic. So that's one of the many issues are there. Many, when you go, you have different types of problems in the universities. I think you should have an introduction, the context and background of the research topic issue, as well as the rationale for understanding the research should be outlined in the introduction section. Reference to key literature should be included to strengthen the rationale for conducting the research. This will enable the reader to understand what the research will be about and why it's important. Okay. At the end of the introduction, include an outline or synopsis of how the proposal is organized. That's very important. And you should have a literature review. This should expand on the key literature referred to, I think, introduction. After the introduction, literature review. The review of the literature will need to go further than listing individual studies or theories. Okay. You will need to demonstrate an awareness of the current state of knowledge and an understanding of key lines of or arguments and debates on the topic issue. The literature will need to be critically analyzed and evaluated rather than just described. You must understand. This means demonstrating how studies, arguments, and debates are linked, and how the existing body of research links to your own research area, research issue. What is your research issue? Then I will ask you to go for research aims and questions. Okay, the research aims and research questions should be used to guide your research. The aims of the research relate to purpose of conducting the research and what you specifically want to achieve. The research questions, I think, should be formulated to show how you will achieve the aims of the research and what you want to find out. When you finish this, you go to methodology, but before methodology, one thing, research aim and questions can either be stated at the end of introduction, before the outline of the proposal, or after the literature review. Guidance from the department funding body may specify this. It varies from different bodies. So now I'm talking about, you have some methodology in your research. This is a short research proposal you're going to write in Canada for University of Waterloo. The methodology section of the proposal should outline how the research be conducted. Okay, the research generally include a description and justification. of sample participants, methods, data collection, and analysis, and ethical considerations also. Okay, to justify the chosen methodology, you can refer to recommended reading for research method as well as previous studies conducted on your chosen topic. I asked you to 3 books. I asked you can have a lot of books for research, or go for a famous books. Ethics, research ethics necessity. Be careful. Include a detailed discussion of the effects, ethics of your research project can really strengthen the proposal. Your proposal, if it forces you to think in very practical and detailed terms about what you are planning to do. Then at the end, and then definitions will come. But before then, your time scale, your research plan, okay, research outline, okay, not outline, research timeline, we can say it. You may require to include a schedule or plan of how you intended to conduct the research within a specified time frame. This can be presented in a variety of ways, but should generally include specific milestones, collection of data, analysis of findings, and intended completion dates. So this is all. If you need, you have subscribed my channel, I can send you a format of timeline. Okay, you can change semester wise. So you will have a reference list. The reference list should include all sources cited in the research proposal, departmental guidelines. Referencing should be followed for in-text citation and the reference list. I asked you go for Andley and go for EndNote and Mendeley. Okay, famous one. Okay. Somebody asked me, how can I go for research questions? Steps to develop research questions are: choose an interesting general topic. Most professional researchers focus on the topic they are generally interested in studying. Okay, do some preliminary research on your general topic, and then consider your audience. Start asking questions, evaluate your question, begin your research. How do you write a research proposal paper? Okay, you understand this. This is at the end. I'm asking you, I'm going to close now. Write a catchy title. Think of something that will grab the reader's attention and keep them interested. Okay, that's very important. Write good introduction, provide a resource review, literature review, implementation of your methods, methodology, good methodology, predict your results. Okay, discuss the potential. You cannot make results in research, predict your results. Discuss the potential impact of the results, and that's all for you for today. I hope so. You have actually done very well. You have a lot of guidance. Any questions, you can refer questions in Facebook comments and also here on YouTube comments. But subscribe the channels. If you need some sample like timeline and some other samples or research proposal samples, some help, and also to come on Facebook live on Facebook, you have to subscribe my channel. Then you can be able to do it, inshallah. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Okay, bye bye.